ALMA is a story about a mother and daughter in Los Angeles. ALMA is an undocumented woman studying for her citizenship test, and her daughter Angel is studying for her SATs. And the play follows an evening between the two of them as they discuss the systemic obstacles that they face, and personal obstacles maybe as well, in being able to achieve their American dreams. This play is incredibly relevant still today. Under the Biden administration, there has been more deportation of Haitian, African, and Caribbean immigrants. And this happened in the height of infection rates here in the United States of COVID-19 and in those countries as well. So it's incredibly cruel that these deportations happened. We still are separating families at the border. We had a vice president that told Mexican and Central American immigrants to not come, despite America's history of involvement in those countries' policies and even in helping overthrow some of their governments. So it is due to all that this story is incredibly relevant. We have so many undocumented people in this country that make this country run, whether they work in our hospitals or schools or factories or fields. All of us have a portion of our life that is impacted and because of an undocumented immigrant. And this play really forces us to really examine that through a micro personal story and get away from the rhetoric and racism that is often the first lens that we look things through in our media or in our political discourse, and look what it actually means in the personal lives of people who live among us, who are our neighbors, our friends, our church members, at our schools, in all parts of our lives. So I think the play is really necessary for that. I would recommend bringing a young person to see this play, partially because there is a young person in this role, in this play. Angel is a 17-year-old. They're a young person, and their challenges that they have in their life are real challenges that youth in this country do face. And I think it is also important that young people see stories of other young people with complicated and rich stories, because young people are also full of complexities and richness, and they deserve to have that self-reflected, and they are more than capable of wanting to have these nuanced and difficult conversations. And quite often, they are the ones who should be leading some of these conversations as well. So invite a young person to come see this, and then maybe help them register to vote. Who else would I say that you bring to see this experience? I would say anyone in your life who eats. Anyone in your life who eats, bring them to see ALMA. Ben's writing is powerful and beautiful and magical, and it makes me feel loved and recognized, but also called. It reminds me that I have work to do as a Mexican American, to speak out for other immigrants and on behalf of the undocumented, and to amplify their voices and to listen and to advocate for the things that they know that will support and help their communities, because those communities have cared for us. Those communities continue to care for us. And this is what you do in return for those who feed you and take care of you through a pandemic. We have all benefited and been cared for by the undocumented. So this play to me is a calling that we have to fix it. We have to fix it.